4 Ferrari SP3 Daytonas here at Topaz Detailing. I cannot believe my eyes. This video is going to be epic. So you'll probably agree that was quite an exciting start to the video. However, you might be wondering where the other 2 Daytonas that I promised you are. Only 2 here behind us so far in the video. Well, there's a reason you're not seeing the other 2 yet. We need to head over now to Topaz Detailing Midlands, where we've got another car, and Nabil is going to explain exactly what the deal is and how the Topaz group works with the use of our patterns across the group when we get over there to the Midlands. But yes, we've got another car over there in Topaz Detailing Midlands. So stay tuned to see another beautiful Ferrari SP3 Daytona, and then actually a final treat for you, the 4th car. We're going to come back here to our London HQ for probably the most special car of all. These are special, but the most special example that we've seen yet. I'm a little bit biased, but it's a very, very nice car. We're going to come back here to our London HQ to show you the 4th and final Ferrari Daytona that we've got here at Topaz.
We're now in Topaz Midlands. As you can see, there's some changes that's happened here that makes you feel a bit more like you're in a Topaz site. I'm going to show you some more updates through the workshop, so follow me, let's have a look. Let's go through, but first, we has a fresh delivery of Topaz paint protection film. This is film that is custom made for us and is exclusive to our site. So you can't get this film anywhere else apart from a Topaz official site. So this is one of the great benefits. It's done on our own production line. It's taken me absolutely ages to get the perfect mixture. So I digress. As you can see right now, the guys are busy here, cracking on with some work. And you're going to see the feel of the site already feels a bit brighter, a bit more like what you expect from a Topaz site. There's still a lot more to do to the site, but you can see the lighting has changed, the feel, our branding, our signage has all changed. And you know what? Let's go have a look at the PPF base. See, these are controlled PPF areas, which are starting to look a lot more like our other sites, like Leeds and London and Bristol, etc. As you can see, the panel lighting in the top is there now. The lighting is exactly the same. You've got different studio signs. Again, just to let you know which studio, just helps us with the ability to put cars in the right place. And then really, I mean, if you look at the rest of the place, here we have the handover bay, which is similar again to the other sites we have, which is also very, very cool to see. Yeah, not forgetting the car that's there, which I know you guys want to see. But the last point I wanted to mention is right there at the top, we also put some areas where the different parts of the Topaz sites, so we have different Topaz sites. For example, we have there Topaz Doha, we have Topaz Bahrain, Leeds, and obviously Bristol there. So it gives you a good feel. But anyway, enough of me talking, let's get to the action. This car behind me. So this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Yet the second Daytona is here behind me. Look at that, I can't get bored looking at these cars. Look, it just looks so aggressive. But anyway, the point I wanted to show you is, what I wanted to go through with you is the intricacies of this car, because actually whilst it looks like it's a very nice looking car to you, the viewer, when my installers and my designers look at it, they look at it a totally different way. And to give you a good idea, this rear clam was patterned, designed in one piece. You can see how huge it is. It's such a vast piece. And this is exactly happening without any lines, without any joints. We managed to get it down in one piece. And this is one of the benefits of having a Topaz pattern on this type of car. It's just fantastic. And this was designed in London. Now we are obviously on our Midlands site, as I've talked about beforehand. And now this is the benefit of having a group where you have the patterns, whether it's in Bahrain, whether it's in Doha, whether it's in Dubai, whether it's in Singapore, it doesn't matter. The patterns are the same, and they're going to be designed in London and then brought over to everywhere else so you can have access to them. To give you an example of why it's beneficial to our customers, this customer is synonymous to giving us the first of everything. He's given us the first Devo, he's given us the first Valkyrie, he's given us the Super Sport 300 Plus, he's given us a lot of cars, and he gets a lot of the new ones, very, very early editions. And now, because we've opened up in Midlands, it's actually closer to him, and he's got the confidence, now that it's a Topaz site, with our patterns, with our technique, to just say, you know what, I want it to be done here at the site, because it gives me a bit more pleasure to be able to come in if I want to come look at it, because it's closer to home. And it's also closer to Ferrari Nottingham, who's delivered the car. So again, it's a win-win for the customer and also for the dealer, because it's closer. Let's talk a bit about the car now. Actually, this is part of the Icona range that Ferrari have released. This is the SP3 Daytona, which follows on from the SP2 Monza, which again, we did do one for this customer. And this is essentially the third variant, SP3. So this car is actually named after the 1967 P4 that won the Daytona 24-hour race. And that's the reason why this car is called the SP3 Daytona. Gives you a bit of facts right there. The car has 829 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Top speed is 211 miles per hour. This is the first one in the country, one of 599 being made, and actually it's over £2 million to purchase this car. Let's talk a little bit about the styling of this car, because it doesn't look like a usual car, does it? The back, which whilst I'm here, it is basically a nod to the old school Ferrari race cars, and you can see all the slats going across. But again, this gives us pleasure looking at it from an aesthetic point of view, but it also gives us some challenges from a PPFing perspective. So if you look at around here, for example, on the exhaust, because of the heat that comes out of this exhaust system, you've got unlacquered carbon fiber, raw carbon fiber, to be able to actually absorb the heat without it burning. But we have to be able to know exactly where to put film and where not to put film, because it's part of the experience and the tests of time with us doing this for so long. Look at down the rear quarter again. I talked about the rear clamp a second ago, but it's vast. From a PPFing perspective, it's absolutely vast. But again, it's just part of the styling. The cooler the cars look, unfortunately, the more difficult our job is. So whilst I'm coming towards the front of the car, this is a very cool feature that I actually really like. This is a nod to the old school Ferraris that have the pop-up headlights. This actually, when it switches on, it goes back and goes back down again. It's almost like a nod. It's so nice to have that heritage being put back into a modern car. And again, looking at the car itself, it's a beautiful car. Some of you may have not noticed or realized that actually this car is an aperta, in inverted commas, meaning that the roof comes off, and it's a carbon fiber solid roof that comes off, and then that opens up the whole cabin for you. And when you're inside the cabin, the seat does not move. Similar to the LaFerrari, you need the pedals to be moved towards you rather than you moving towards the pedals. So again, it's another feature that again has been put into this car, and I'm sure Ferrari have extensive research and reasons why they do this kind of stuff, but when you put it together, it looks fantastic. So now the car is essentially waiting to go into the bay. It's going to go inside the bay, use our patterns, and basically we're going to crack on with the next stages of the car and hand over the car. I'm looking forward to it.